Boom bam! I am President Chad, and you are listening to Bust the Net. It is a pleasure and an honor to have inside with me the man Wazim. How you doing, brother?
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So the Premier League is soon upon us. This Friday is the Premier League is starting. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. So we're going to be talking on Net to different supporters and finding out what they think about the upcoming season. How they feel about the transfer business of their team and other teams, because we just talking Premier League stuff. We're just talking Premier League stuff. So, well, as if they didn't know, you could raise up your scarf so they could see it. Right. Newcastle. Wazim is a Newcastle supporter. Full-fledged Newcastle supporter. So, you all ended the season on a miraculous run last season. It was really, really good. You all moved from relegation to finishing mid-table. That was top class. So, what are your thoughts looking into this new season?
Starting last season and where we were with Steve Bruce and the previous owners, right? I was expecting to be watching championship football this year. So having new owners.
I told you early in the season,
Yeah.
I told you early on, since before Christmas. I told you all going to be safe. Right. I should have bet money on it, boy. I would have win.
Well, I wouldn't mind paying off that bet. Right? Eddie Howe as well, at first we were looking at other managers and we wondered how good Eddie Howe would be, getting relegated recently, and he's pretty good at English coach and everything. I'll be honest, I'm watching Eddie Howe over the last couple months. He's really, really improved the team, and he too as a manager is improving, and I think he has a long way to go with Newcastle, and I'm really, really happy with where we are, and hopefully as the years go by, the owners have the money. FIFA Fair Play is coming into effect now with us at 400 or 450 million. We've had pounds to spend. The owners recently took £150 million loan. Yeah, the richest club in the world actually took a loan. That's to maintain, FIFA Fair Play. So they actually take a loan at the pay for additional players, and our biggest hopes right now and the struggle they get are some additional strikers, because has been for Newcastle for many years, depth of squad. Miguel Almiron, which is the next player I was going to talk about.
Almiron has been having an unbelievable preseason. I think it was like 10 goals the man scored.
Yeah. So we're hoping that he'll actually be a goal poacher for the season coming here. Eddie Howe, once again, there was a bit of doubt if he would be starting the season or be in the team for the season. And Eddie Howe has shown some commitment to him in training. And you said it, that's happening. Joel Linton last season, they moved him as a striker, put him center midfield, and he's very, very strong. And
he looked very good in midfield. He's done well.
So Eddie Howe, before sacking a lot of players, he's actually taking the time to work with them. Joandre Shelvey is a lot better than he was.
Shelvey is injured right now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You all expect him to be available for the first game?
I have to read up on the news of that. I'm not sure as yet. But I know we got Bruno. We were hoping to sign Lucas Paqueta this season. I don't know if it'll happen again. Hugo Ekitike was one as well. Excuse if the pronunciation is wrong. We were hoping he would come in, but he's signed for Paris Saint-Germain. We were looking at Moussa Diaby. That fell through as well. But hopefully, it's still a week to go. We will get him. James Maddison is now on.
The season is this week, but the window closes on September 1st. So, there is time for business. Yeah. But in terms of what you all have done so far, even if you go back to January transfer window as a Newcastle supporter, I think you should be pretty pleased with the development of the team since the new owners have come out.
My expectations for this year, I wish I could see finish first 1-2 Champions League football, but to be realistic, I could see ourselves finishing mid-table and possibly with the potential we have into the top 10. And even with that, even further up, right? Eddie Howe is working some wonders. What I do expect, as with Newcastle's previous seasons, we're going to lose a few games in the beginning. And this year, where I see it, is that we're going to have new players coming in. The coach is basically grabbing the team from the beginning of the season, and they're going to have to gel together and work together. But Newcastle has always been known, even with the previous ownership, to actually have a strong finish. But we're hoping that they get a good start and keep that momentum going right through the season. But it's going to be competitive, and I don't think any Newcastle supporter is actually contemplating, like the previous seasons, fighting relegation. Right? We're fighting to go for the top, or close to the top, right? And that's a big difference. To sum up, as for Newcastle supporters, my friends in England, Geordies, and here, our mindset is a lot more happier. We actually look forward to a season of football where we don't have to worry about relegation.
So let me ask you, you're talking about the positivity, and there, let's be honest, there's a lot to be positive about as a Newcastle supporter, right? But what are your expectations as far as league position? Would top 10 finish be good enough for you, or you looking to finish? I think it's top 7 now. Now that they have not Nations League, you have Champions League, you have Europa, and you have Conference League. So I think there's top 7 clubs could qualify for Europe. Do you think that you all could push for that European spot this season, or you want to cement yourself in the top 10 first and next season for the European places?
Nah, Newcastle supporters go for goal, right? If we could get it, we go in for it. I would hope for top 6. No, I know a lot of people laugh and say that's hard, but the quality of players we have.
The way you finished the season last season, I don't think anybody could laugh at Newcastle if Newcastle end up in the top 6 or top 7.
Our issue is depth of squad to cover injuries and other tournaments, right? Other cups. And if we could get that, I'd say top 8, all right? At least top 10. If we don't make the top 10, it's really down to the players and their drive to go and injuries and stuff there. But we really need to sign a few more players to have that depth of squad that we could actually play different cups, take the English League Cup, the FA Cup, and all those things serious, right? And start competing. Last season, we got knocked out by Oxford in the FA Cup, if I remember rightly there. That, a lot of supporters were happy with that. I mean to say we're embarrassed with who we got knocked out with, but at the end, we knew we could actually focus on a relegation battle.
Of course, at the time you all win relegation, you don't have time to study FA Cup.
Those kind of that type of thinking has to stop now. We have to be looking at playing competitive football.
It's a new time now.
Even if we don't make top 4, top 6, or top 8, at least be competitive that people respect us and go. Newcastle has always had a knack as well of having some good results amongst the bigger teams. Man City, we've beat a few times. Liverpool, not so much. Manchester United. I do apologize for that. Manchester United. We've had a few good games over the years with them. This year, I'm expecting Manchester United to actually be the top 4, top 3 there. Expecting a lot of 10.
Well, as you say that, before we shut it down, I wanted to find out in terms of when you look at the Premier League. I mean, the Premier League continues to draw the most talented coaches and the most talented players. We have Haaland coming into the league now. We have coming at the end of last season. Spurs got Conte in. So, the list, and then the consider Ten Hag for Manchester United, consider the the next hot property in management. So the league continues to attract the most talent. And I think there's no question the Premier League is again going to be the dominant league and the most exciting league So when you look at it, who do you see finishing in the top four, and which three teams do you predict will be getting relegated?
Um, I'm gonna go with Liverpool,
Liverpool to win.
Manchester City,
City
right?
second.
Or that could be a one. I think Chelsea, and I'm expecting
Chelsea
Manchester
third.
United up there as well. Exactly how
Manchester
they
United
finish,
fourth.
right? Nah, maybe third as well. You never know. But I'm expecting those four in the top spots.
But we have who it is come up this season. We have a good old rival of ours and another club with history and a club with 2 European Cups. Nottingham Forest is in the league.
Mhm.
This year we have Bournemouth and Fulham. Out of those three, which of those do you think going to be heading back down?
Well, I'm gonna say I'm a fan of Nottingham Forest, right? And I want to see them stay up. And I honestly think they're gonna fight this one. Bournemouth and Fulham, expecting the drop from them. But I'll say this again, I'm talking about Newcastle making the top 10 and stuff, and they have the ability to do it. But the Premier League, as you identified already, it's become very, very competitive. The level of coaching, the players, what you would consider bottom end of the table team will come up and hit the league leaders a defeat, right? It's getting competitive. And to actually go and say this one is crap and they're going down, it's going to be a hard one. I could quicker say who would be in the top four, top five.
Where you expect Spurs to end up?
Spurs will be up there, but I won't say because they've bottled it a few times in seasons past there, but I still think Arsenal and the four are called for the top four are the ones to go. You got Leicester, Everton, West Ham fighting as well, right? In the top 10 for top 10 spots. Spurs will be up there as well, but how they finish, we need to say we're guessing now, but I would go with the top five being from Liverpool, City, United, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Expecting those five somewhere in those five in the top.
All right, cool. Well, Waz, thank you very much for joining me on Bust the Net. And I for one hope that your predictions come true. It'll nice to see Manchester United back in the top four where we deserve to be. And and good luck to your team as well.
Thanks.
Good luck to Newcastle. I always have, and probably it is because I support a club that is so steeped in history. I always like to see clubs that have a lot of history do well. So, I'm looking forward to seeing Newcastle challenging the big boys as you all have that financial backing so to do soon. And I like you. I would like to see Nottingham Forest. I would like to see Nottingham Forest stay up because clubs with a lot of history should be in the Premier League. You know what I mean? They should be in the Premier League.
Same thing with Leeds. Happy to see Leeds back up in top five
Yeah,
football.
I was rooting for Leeds not to go down as well. Yeah, I mean Leeds is one of our rivals, and you like to be able to play rivals. When your rivals down in the championship, that's no fun.
No,
it's no fun at all. You want to be able to play rivals on
one
a
question
regular
for you.
basis.
What's your team going to do with Ronaldo?
I mean, right now I looking to retire this jersey in the back of me here. I am hoping that before the transfer window is over, I retire in that jersey because I don't. It seems to me right now, if I'm honest, the only reason Ronaldo is at Manchester United still, and the only reason he's putting out positive social media, about happy to be here, good to be training, and so is because he is not getting the interest that he was expecting. He was expecting a certain amount of interest, and that interest has not materialized. I don't think people interested in the drama that is Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo will still get you 20 plus goals a season, but I don't think people interested in dealing with the drama that comes with those 20 plus goals. I think teams like Chelsea and Bayern Munich, depending on how they start the season, may still make a turn for Ronaldo before the window closes. But if they start off well and scoring a lot of goals, they're not going to bother. But if they start off sluggish and Bayern miss Lewandowski and Chelsea still haven't been able to secure a striker, um, they may just come back around. And if they do, he is going to push to leave. You know,
The next 2 seasons, even though he's coming along in age, he will put close to 20 goals, plus possibly more, or just a little less, but average 20 goals in the next couple of seasons. And
Ronaldo
if
is
you
a
guys
goal
don't want him,
scorer.
we need a goal poacher right now. So we'll take him.
Well, he won Champions League football,
Yeah.
because there was a Saudi Arabian team that was willing to give him $230 million over 2 years. I mean, that's like he'd have definitely been the most highest paid footballer ever, But he won Champions League football. Else you all could have game right now. I'll be honest with you, you could game right now.
Well, because give Newcastle 1 year again, and
Yeah. And you all will
when
be
the
up there.
players start to realize what we're doing, they will beg to come. Huh? And the last thing too, Timo Werner, we're looking at him as well. So I'm sure we could do something. Eddie Howe will do some magic with him.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Right. Well, for those peoples, remember, like, subscribe to the channel, and we've got a lot of new and exciting shows. We've got a Premier League review show that will be starting this Sunday, 6 p.m., where we're going to be talking about all the games that played over the weekend, especially the more exciting ones. I mean, I want after this wonderful preseason that Newcastle and Arsenal are having. Let's see if they win their opening fixtures. And then we're also going to be talking fantasy football, and that fantasy football show is going to drop on Thursday. It's going to be the first one, and not Thursday necessarily, the day before the game week starts. So if the game week starts on a Saturday, fantasy football show is going to be on a Friday. If it starts on a Friday, it's going to be on a Thursday. Whenever the first game of the week is, we're going to be there the day before to give you all that fantasy football content and also to show our fantasy football teams. So, I'm really hoping that I have a great season because the whole world will know if I'm having a bad one now. Waz, thanks for being on the program.
Pleasure.
And, as I always say, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply. Have a good day, everybody.
Support the United Hour. Click that like button and subscribe.